Good day, everyone. I'm Currency Geek, and welcome to my day 17 video of the 100 Days of Technical Analysis Challenge. Today NZDCHF caught my interest. Let's dive right into it. I'll be doing something like a little bit of going in depth on NZDCHF. So, just follow along. You grab the whole approach and all. Um, let's dive right into it. Looking at this structure, yeah, this area of structure down to this point, yeah, I see a channel, but most people wouldn't see that because they tend to use the candlestick chart always, or only if they want to plot out support and resistance line, they tend to switch to a line chart. But I'll be drawing my channel from the line chart, and just follow closely, you get the whole concept. So from this point here down to this point, okay, and from this point here down to this point. Brilliant. Okay, so we have this channel moving to the downside, a bearish channel to be precise. So I can switch back to a candlestick chart and align this properly with the wicks. Okay, that's good. So we can see we had weak rejections around this area, but price closed in, and weak rejections around this area, but still price did close in. So within the channel to be precise. Now, knowing the way patterns or channels move, I'm expecting a three touch confirmation pattern at this value high. So I can just tag this as expected three touch confirmation pattern. Okay. With this known, so once I get a three touch confirmation pattern at this trend line drawn here, I'll look to go short back on NZDCHF. But my general bias for now is to go long. But before I look to go long, we would have um a short trend to be precise, or a short position on NZDCHF first, because looking closely at price, just this point here, looking left to get right, we can see this is an area of structure. So I can pick up my switch my chart to a line chart and pick up my ray 2 and just place it at this value here and switch back to a candlestick chart, and voila, we've got some sort of area structure right here. So I can pick up my box tool and do this. Okay, so knowing that this is what we have on the weekly time frame, this form of area of structure. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, we have this form of area structure. So I can tag this as sell zone. Now, this sell zone is just based on the W pattern formation that we can see on here. So we have this W pattern formation right here. So we have this W pattern formation, and we expect a move back to the net line this area before we see a projection back into the channel, the value of the channel. So I can actually pick this out and just to delete it. So in every of my videos, I've been explaining the concept of M and W patterns all this while, and I would do well to explain those concepts again. So like I said, and like I used to say always, the W pattern will form and a retest to the net line, then a projection of price higher. Same applies to an M pattern, a retest to the net line, then projection of price lower. So with that known, I actually know that I'll be expecting a retrace of price back to the net line. So I'll be looking for the last value of the net line, because this area is not really that smooth. So I can actually switch to a line chart also and pick up my ray 2 and place it at this value. Yeah, brilliant. So I can switch back to a candlestick chart, and now I know this value is my area of structure. So I can tag it as neckline or um target for a sell. Okay, target for a sell. Brilliant. Now with this known, I majorly I'm looking to go long on this because I'm not interested in the short at all. So what I'm looking at is just to go long on NZDCHF. I'm not interested in the shorts at all. So once this short plays out and I get my possible trigger to go long, I will take a long and I'll be staying out of this short. So to the daily time frame, so we can see quite well areas of structure around here. And looking closely at this point, this is a CP, a continuation pattern. So there is a huge tendency of price coming back into the CP before we see the opportunity to go long on NZD And also looking at this swing low to this swinger, if I do place my Fibonacci at this area, yeah, we can see that the 61.8 fib level aligns perfectly with the net line or target for the sell and also the CP. So there is a huge tendency that we might get a reaction of price at this area to go long. And also, if we look closely, this is just a wave movement. This is wave one, wave two, three, four, then five with an A, B, then an expected C movement to this area. Okay, I would love to mark that out actually. So we've got oh sorry, delete. Okay, I made a mistake on there. Okay, delete and delete. Okay, take it from the top again. So we have a wave movement. Yeah, so we have wave one, two, three, four, then 5 with an ABC correction pattern. Yeah, so we have the 0, 1, 2, and with the C extending to the 61.8 fib level before we look to go long again on NZDCHF. So um this will be a sharp move to the downside. So I don't want to get caught up in this. And also, I would just love to go long rather than following this short because I missed my entry at this week here. So it's no point me hopping on an already moving train. So with that said and known, the wave count and the movements, I can go to the 4 hour time frame. Then on the 4 hour time frame, we have some sort of head and shoulder pattern formed. Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. Head and shoulder. Yes. Yes. It's not really a picture perfect head and shoulder, but it is an head and shoulder. Then we have this big move to actually take a retest of this net line around this area of structure, right? Yeah. So picking my trend line to, and we can see it was just a retest of closely retest of this area of structure. So um the next level of a break in structure will be at this A level. So um could pick up my trend line too and also mark this level out. Possible break in this area of structure downward. So what I majorly expect is just a big move to the downside, sharp move to complete the C. Then we see price projects to the upside. Now also yeah, we have some sort of triangle at this area, right? Yeah. The triangle already broke out to the downside. So if a downward move happens, there should be a minor retest back of this area. Then we look to short further, but I won't be taking the short. I'm more interested in the longs. So seeing the triangle better on the 1 hour time frame, we can see it already broke out and did a retest with this candlestick, this rejected candle right here, and price is already projecting to the downside. So my bias on NZDCHF is to go long, like go long on NZDCHF to around the 0.653 level, but I'll be targeting the minus 27.20 fib level as my own target. I wouldn't love to go beyond the fib levels, so I'll just be targeting this fib level, yeah, as my target. If this does come in play and I get my entry trigger off the 61.8 fib level. So I do hope you guys understand my sentiments or my reason for going long on NZDCHF. So if you do have a bias against this sentiment or my bias on NZDCHF, for or against it, please do drop it in the comment box down below, and please do like and follow. Thank you.